Hello again. Well, here I am in sunny Benidorm, all for all of April. I'll be going back at the end of April. Yeah, it's so beautiful here. I'm looking out of the window. It's a shame you can't see this. Well, I could show you. I'm not going to, though. If you want to see what Benidorm's like, get yourself on a plane. Get yourself over here now. It's great. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, 7 everyday phrases that secretly use the subjunctive in British English. You hear them all the time. On the television, down the pub, in the office. Phrases like, come what may, or be that as it may. You probably just file them away as old fashioned quirks of British English. But what if I told you that inside these common phrases there's a secret, a piece of ancient, almost forgotten grammar hiding in plain sight? Yes. Today we're uncovering 7 everyday phrases that are secretly powered by the subjunctive mood. By the end of this, you won't just recognize this confusing bit of grammar, you'll finally get it. I got it now. So we'll look at part one. What on earth is the subjunctive? I mean, it does sound a bit peculiar, doesn't it? The subjunctive, what's that? They didn't teach me that at school, I'll tell you. Okay, so let's get the scary bit out of the way. The subjunctive mood. The name alone is enough to make most people's eyes glaze over. Even advanced English learners get tripped up by it. Yeah, it's true. But here's the thing. You already know it. I can almost guarantee you've said something like, if I were you, I'd take the job. Hmm. Ever wonder why we say, if I were, and not the grammatical normal, if I was? That were is the subjunctive. It's a signal that we're talking about something unreal or hypothetical, a situation that's contrary to fact because, well, I'm not you, you see. That's the heart of the matter. The subjunctive doesn't deal with facts, it's mood or wishes, possibilities, suggestions, and what if scenarios. Grammatically, you can often spot it because it uses the base form of a verb, even when you'd expect an S. So instead of it is essential that he arrives on time, the formal subjunctive is it is essential that he arrive on time. That bare verb, like be, arrive, or save, is our big clue. And as we're about to see, it's hiding all over modern British English. So let's look at part two. The 7 phrases. This is what you've been waiting for. I know. So the first phrase, come what may. First up, a classic you might hear in a heartfelt promise or from someone showing a bit of that famous British resolve. I'll be there to support you, come what may. It's a powerful way of saying, no matter what happens. But look at the words, come what may. It sounds a bit strange and poetic, right? That's because it's a fossil, yeah? The phrase is what's left of an older expression like, let whatever come that may come. You see? The word come isn't a command, it's a subjunctive verb acknowledging all possible futures. So while it sounds like a bit of stiff upper lip slang, It's actually a perfectly preserved piece of ancient grammar. Bet you didn't know that. Let's have a look at phrase number 2. Be that as it may. Picture this. You're in a friendly debate down the pub, with your mates. Someone makes a decent point, but you want to brush it aside and get back to your own. Okay, it's expensive, you might concede. But be that as it may, we still need it. It works just like saying nevertheless or even so. But grammatically, it's doing something clever. That first word be is the present subjunctive. You're not stating a fact. That is as it is. Instead, you're hypothetically accepting their point for a moment before you argue against it. You're basically saying, let's imagine your point be true for the sake of argument, as the verb to be am, is, are. So we're talking about is. Anyway, it's a slick conversational move, all powered by that tiny hidden subjunctive be. Let's move on. We're going to look at number 3. If need be, this one is pure British workplace jargon. I can stay late to finish the report if need be. It's a crisp, practical phrase that just means if it's necessary. And again, the secret's in the verb. The phrase is a leftover from a time when if clauses were much stricter about using the subjunctive. Instead of the modern if it is needed, it keeps the older bare subjunctive form. If need be, it's like saying if the necessity should arise. I know one or two of you might not be able to pronounce necessity. Keep practicing. We'll talk about it later. It's a perfect example of the subjunctive surviving simply because it's efficient. If need be is shorter and punchier than if it becomes necessary. So it's remained as a staple of everyday British pragmatism. And on that note, if you're finding this useful and it's all starting to click, it would be brilliant if you could hit that like and subscribe button. It's a tiny click, subscribe, but it makes a massive difference to the channel. We've got plenty more secrets of the English language to uncover together. Oh, yes. Let's go to phrase number 4. So be it. This is the official phrase of reluctant acceptance, usually said with a shrug. If they're going to cancel the match just because of a bit of rain, then so be it. It's a way of saying I accept the situation, even if I don't like it. You can almost hear the fatalism in it. And that's exactly what the grammar is doing. The phrase, so be it, uses the subjunctive to show you're yielding to a situation. Think of it as a more formal, resigned version of let it be that way. It's incredibly common in British commentary on sports or politics. It's another perfect disguise for that ancient subjunctive be. The verb to be, am, is, are. Let's have a look at number 5. Suffice it to say, this is the go-to for a bit of classic British understatement, often with a whisper or gossip. I won't bore you with all the details of their argument, but suffice it to say, they aren't speaking anymore. It means it's enough to say, and it's a clever way to get to the point while hinting there's a lot more to the story. Maybe, maybe not. Might just be malicious gossip. You never can tell. Blatant lies and all that. Anyway, haters, they're everywhere, as we say in English. And it's true. It's very true. So the thing is, the key is the verb suffice. This is what's called an impersonal subjunctive. The phrase is a fancy, flipped around version of it suffices to say. By using suffice without the usual S and inverting the words, the phrase takes on a more formal, almost literary tone. Yet it thrives in casual conversation. It feels like a smart shortcut, but it's working on a much older grammatical level. Let's look at phrase number 6. God save the king! From the national anthem to a pub toast. God save the king is one of the most recognised phrases in Britain. On the surface, it sounds like a command, but it isn't. It's a wish, a hope, a prayer. And that wish is expressed using the subjunctive. The verb is save, not saves. If it were a statement of fact, we would say, God saves the king. But because it's a hope, it uses the bare verb form save. You see the same thing in phrases like long live the king or heaven help us. This phrase shows how the subjunctive is perfect for formal wishes. Yet it's so ingrained in daily life that its grammatical oddity goes completely unnoticed. Heaven forbid! Our final phrase is a classic for daily anxieties. Heaven forbid it rains on the day of the street party. Or we can use it sarcastically like this. Heaven forbid we actually leave on time for once. It's a very common way of saying, I really hope that doesn't happen. Just like God save the king, this is a subjunctive wish. The verb forbid is, in its base form, expressing a hope that something doesn't happen. If you were stating a fact, you'd say, heaven forbids it. This structure is a direct descendant of old prayers and superstitions. That has been completely absorbed into the casual, everyday grumbling of British life. It's the ancient sound of worry, hiding in plain sight. Why do these sound so, dare I say it, British? So, why have so many of these subjunctive fossils survived so well in British English? Why is that? The subjunctive mood has been fading for centuries, but while it's mostly vanished from regular conversation, it has clung on for dear life in these fixed expressions. In some ways, British English has been a bit more conservative in holding on to these set phrases, while the subjunctive for demands like, I insist that he be on time, is arguably stronger in American English These fossilized idiomatic subjunctives are a hallmark of British speech. We learn them as whole chunks, as idioms, not as grammar rules. They feel so natural in a pub debate or a TV drama because they've been part of the culture for generations. They carry a certain weight, a touch of formality that just feels, well, a bit British. So the next time you hear someone say, be that as it may, or come what may, you'll know what's really going on. It's not just an old fashioned saying, it's a ghost of grammar living right under our noses. The subjunctive isn't dead, it's just become a master of disguise. It's hiding in our most common expressions, proving that even the most complex bits of language are alive and well on the streets of Britain. So, what do you think? Are there any phrases you've heard with a hidden grammatical secret? Drop your examples in the comments below. I'd love to see what you've spotted. And if you enjoyed this linguistic deep dive, as the Americans say, please give the video a like and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.